Hi, Michelle. Before we get started today, I'd just like to inform you about a few things. First of all, this session is for a school assignment and it involves me critiquing my responses to you. And just to let you know, my professor and classmates are going to listen to this, but no one other than myself or them will read or hear anything. This is strictly confidential. I will assure you, Michelle, that what's said between us stays except in 4 situations. 1, I believe children are being neglected or abused. 2, the court subpoenas your chart. That's not likely. 3, you're leaving with the intent to commit serious physical violence against another person. Or I think you're leaving with the intent to commit suicide or serious violence against yourself. So, what brings you here today?
I don't know where to start.
Start anywhere.
I feel stressed all the time. I feel like I'm failing at school, crying all the time. My parents are driving me crazy with their phone calls, insisting I be a straight A student.
Okay. How many courses are you failing right now?
I'm failing 1.
What I think I hear you saying is you feel you are failing not just your classes because you're only failing 1, but that you are failing in the eyes of your parents and that this is causing you to feel stressed all the time?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Okay, Michelle, I need to review with you the things I think are bothering you, and then we can decide together which one you'd like to work on first. It sounds like you are crying a lot and you don't feel you have control over what's going to happen to you and how often it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's right.
It feels like you're failing all your courses, but there is only one course you're failing right now.
Just 1 course I'm failing. But I'm not doing as well as I could in all of them.
And your parents. Well, they obviously care a lot, but they call so much you no longer want to pick up the phone, especially since you got a D on your last essay.
Yeah, I sound like a terrible daughter, don't I?
No, you don't. Tell me more about how school is going.
Better, since I've started going to my morning classes, and I really appreciate those info sheets in the goodie bag. I didn't know we had peer tutoring here, and that library tour? Amazing. I have such a phobia about libraries.
And that one class?
I'm still not doing great. I just can't do all the reading. That's the one I'm getting a peer tutor for.
Tell me more about your relationship with your parents.
Awful. Just awful. I am such a huge disappointment to them. I wish I had a sibling they could pick on.
Of the challenges you've stated so far, would you say this is the one you'd like to address today?
Most definitely.
So, tell me more.
Well, as you know, I'm their only child, a girl. They wanted a boy. No luck. Then they wanted me to be a doctor, but I don't have the head for math and science. So I decided to try nursing, but it's math and science is heavy too. Plus, I can't stand the sight of blood and the smell of infection and puke. Well, you get the point. It turns out I really like history. Love it. Or at least I thought I did. But my marks aren't good enough to do a 4A degree, so I'm doing a 3-year. I'm not even going to be able to get into teacher's college. So here I am, almost 4 years later, $40,000 in debt and no way to pay it back. I'm totally screwed.
So it sounds like what's bothering you is that your parents have high expectations of you and you feel you can't meet them and that you feel like you're hopelessly in debt.
Yeah, and when I think about it, I get really upset. And I think Andy will dump me because he's such a burden. It feels pointless to go to class. I know this sounds dumb, but at least, as long as I'm in school, I don't have to pay back my OSAP.
You aren't the first person to feel that way.
Yeah, well, my parents have no idea how hard it is to be me. Dad got a job right out of high school. Mom had me within a year of getting married. Then she had a hysterectomy for some reason. And ta-da! That's why they ended up with me.
You feel you've disappointed them?
Yeah, I just plain hate myself.
Michelle, is there anything you like about yourself?
That's a stupid question. Of course there is.
Name one.
I don't see how this has to do with my parents.
Trust me on this one. Name one thing.
I like that I'm not afraid to tell people when they're being stupid.
Okay, So you feel comfortable being direct with people, not afraid of confrontation?
Uh-huh.
Anything else?
I like my hair. It's thick. It takes dye well. Or is that too ridiculous for your list?
Not at all. What we're doing here is an exercise called the 10 Things I Like About Me. This little task comes out of something called the strength-based counseling approach. And the idea is that you can only build from strengths, not weaknesses. Anywho, you don't have to stop at 10 things you like about yourself. And the things can be anything: your hair, your personalities, your hobbies, your quirks, etc. For example, I'm an avid gardener with an interest in sunflowers. Every summer I plant about 10 different kinds of sunflowers. 6 out of 10 usually make it, but it's a pass.
I can grow a plant. But you know what's really cool? I can lift one eyebrow at a time.
Can I see? Very cool. Good. Keep going. Keep going.
This is going to sound kind of stuck up, but I'm a great singer. Like, really good. My parents bought me voice and piano lessons, plus I sang in a high school musical, and I was, and this is embarrassing, part of a group called Tormenting Teens.
Great singer, eh? And singing is a good stress reliever, too.
You're telling me. Man, you are a goody two-shoes. That's about it. How many am I up to?
You're at 4. Keep going.
That's it.
Okay. If I was to ask your boyfriend about what some of your positive qualities are, what you like about yourself, what might he say?
I thought this was about me. But, I'm loyal. When he needs help, I was there.
5. Very loyal to friends.
I'm lots of fun at parties. Put the karaoke machine on and I'm there.
What else might your boyfriend say?
Well, I'm a good cook.
We're up to 7. Being a very good cook. What else?
Okay. I'm a wicked frisbee player. In fact, I'm in a league.
8. Competitive frisbee player. What might your teacher say?
That's positive? Not much. I can pull an all-nighter and still get a B.
9. Successful procrastinator?
Aren't you going to lecture me about the importance of marks?
Michelle, you know that already. Here's a good one. What might your parents say that's nice about you?
That I live far away?
Nope.
That I never call them?
Time's running out.
That I don't hang up on them when they call?
10. Willing to listen to her parents.
I don't want to, but I have to.
Okay, 10. Listens to her parents.
No, I'll accept that.
Michelle, I want you to know that you aren't alone in your struggles with your parents. I'm a son too, and I don't call home as much as I think I should. This is a common challenge.
Thanks for saying that. I was beginning to wonder if you were a robot.
May I add one?
Sure, but don't knock yourself out.
You are as feisty as anything. Resilience is one of the best traits any of us can have.
Now you're sounding like a counselor.
Guess what? I am a counselor, and I can point to lots of evidence that you are a tough woman. Okay, Michelle, we have to start wrapping up right about now, so I'd like to give you a recap of what we did today, and you feel free to tell me if I'm getting this wrong. You did a little mood mapping earlier and found that what seemed to be behind the crying was you were oversleeping and skipping classes, and Andy not wanting to hear you talk about your problems and being alone at night.
You missed the part about my parents.
I'm getting there. Things are getting better with your boyfriend because you are going to bed and getting up at the same time, and you're not unloading on him all the time.
Yeah, actually. We actually have made a point to start talking about the things that are going well, and playing frisbee instead of watching TV.
That's awesome, Michelle. Things are going better in school because you are attending class. I expect you are doing the readings more often too, huh?
Yeah.
But you still feel you cannot measure up to your parents' expectations. They wanted a boy, a big family, a doctor, or at least a nurse. And what they've got is a girl, an only child who is doing a 3-year degree in history.
You sure know how to hurt a girl.
Actually, you're the one who said it. I'm simply making sure I've got what you are conveying, correctly or close enough.
Close enough.
But Michelle, you are more than a daughter. You are a whole human being with many assets, and we listed 10 of them. We could have gone on and on, but time doesn't permit. I'm going to type these up for you and include a picture of something that makes you feel good, feels happy. What would that be for you?
A fluffy kitten.
Okay, a kitten it is. I'm going to print it off and laminate it and give you 2 copies and keep one for your file. And I'm going to ask you to keep one in your backpack and put one in your fridge or your mirror or somewhere where you'll be reminded of your good points, your good qualities every day.
Sounds pretty cheerful to me. So what's my homework this week, teacher?
I'm a big fan of charting. Would you like to do another week sheet and this time chart positive things that happen within those time frames? So for example, 8 a.m. to noon, noon till 3, 3 to 6, and 6 until bedtime.
I could say yes, and you'd feel good, but I know I won't. Any other ideas?
How about journaling with a focus on the positive things that happened?
I could do that. By the way, I really do like my flower pen.
Thanks a lot for coming today, Michelle. My door is always open. Our next scheduled session is Thursday next week. Have a great day.